Okay, so Georgia, how's the mood for the game tomorrow in the team?
Yeah, the mood's good. Obviously, off the back of two good wins this week, we're kind of feeling the momentum. The vibes are good. And yeah, everyone's in good spirits. It's been nice to get on the grass the past 2 days and just work on some things tactically, but also just get a feel of the ball again. But yeah, everyone's in a positive mood and just looking forward to it.
What lessons you learned from the last game, especially the first half, maybe, or the second half, where Arsenal was much stronger? What lessons you learned?
Yeah, so the start of the game, I thought we were unbelievable. The first 5 minutes, especially, it was a bit like wow. But yeah, we kind of just need to maintain that. I think in the second half was definitely not the standard and definitely not the way that we want to play. Of course, we've got to take into account that they're a very good team and we fully respect them for that. But at the same time, we don't want to be defending for 45 minutes. So yeah, the aim is to try and make this next leg, so the game tomorrow, kind of our game for the full game, rather than just the first half. So yeah, try and challenge them a little bit more.
What do you think? How could Arsenal's match plan can be tomorrow?
I don't think they'll change too much. Obviously, because they got success in the second half of the game, I think they'll probably stick to how they worked then, stick to the way that they pressed. I think Caitlin Ford caused us problems, the way that she was able to come inside and run across the pitch and get some shots off. So maybe we have to look at that and keeping her down the outside. But yeah, I think it's just about us making sure that we're getting up to the ball, making sure we're not too passive, but yeah, being a little bit more aggressive in the press.
So, what's your own and your team's mindset for tomorrow? You won the last big games in the week, so what's your mindset?
I think we can take a lot from the Wolfsburg game, the way that we dominated throughout the game. We dominated both in attack and defence, and I think we can take a little bit of that going into the game tomorrow. Just the way that we moved the ball, the way that we reacted. We were first to the ball every single time. We won every 50-50. So yeah, just kind of taking what we did in that game, the confidence, the good feelings into tomorrow.
And how is it for you to play with your new club in your home country?
It'll probably be a little bit weird, but no, it'll be nice. It's nice to be here at Bayern and to kind of showcase the girls why I'm here and the reasons that I'm here and how much I'm improving. And I know that a lot of the girls really loved coming over to Munich last week. It was really nice to see them as well. They love the stadium, love the atmosphere, and I think that just showcases how good football's becoming in Germany and the levels that it's going to reach.
Are you expecting a lot of family and friends at the stadium?
So I've got both family and friends coming to the game. I think I've managed to steal about 25 tickets. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them. My mum's making the trip as well, which is about 6 hours, because we're from up north. So yeah, it'll be nice to see her, give her a little wave and hopefully get some time with her after the game back at the hotel. But yeah, I'm just excited to be there, and yeah, it's going to be pretty surreal playing for a German team, but being back in England, and I'm going to be able to understand the language, I'm going to be able to hear everything. So yeah, it'll kind of feel a little bit more at home, I think.
What would it mean for you to reach the Champions League semi-final if you win tomorrow?
Yeah, if we win tomorrow, I think it'll be huge. I think what we've achieved so far in the season has been unbelievable. We've just consistently got better and better and better. At the start, it was a little bit wobbly, not sure how we was going to go, but yeah, look at the statistics now, and we're top of the league. We're in the semi-final of the cup, which will take place after international break. Yeah, and we're challenging for a semi-final place at the Champions League, and I think if somebody would have passed us that at the start of the season, then we'd have took it with two hands. So yeah, it would mean a lot, and especially for me, because I've been in and out of the Champions League for many years. At City, got the good run at the start, and then towards the end of my time there, weren't successful in the Champions League. So it's nice to be back, and it's nice to be playing against the best.
So is the game tomorrow maybe the hardest game of this massive week? You won 2 times in a short distance, and now the away game, is it maybe the toughest game of the week?
Yeah, definitely. And it's always harder going with the 1-0 lead, just because the target's on our back, the pressure's on us, and yeah, 1 goal and the roles are reversed. So yeah, we've got to make sure that we're being clinical, making sure that everything counts. But yeah, obviously the legs are going to be a little bit sore after the first 2 games, but we've made sure that we've done absolutely everything we can, recovery-wise, nutrition-wise, to make sure we put ourselves in the best possible position for the result to go our way.
Thank you, Georgia.
Thank you.
Läufst du?
Laufe.
Okay. So, Alex, how do you look back on the past week against Arsenal first leg and the huge fight against Wolfsburg? Did you gain a lot of confidence?
Yeah, a lot of confidence, and it was two tough battles. So, yeah, it's been a what can you say, stressful and a hard week. It's not been anything that's been easy, and but we came out on top of these 2 games. So of course we need to build on that. But we know again tomorrow it's going to be another huge challenge for us.
So, what are the lessons from these top games, especially from the first leg in Arsenal?
Oh, many lessons. First of all, I think that we were facing a team that was a really high quality team, and they put a lot of questions to us we need to answer. I think we did in most part of the games, and now part of the game, but I think also parts of the game we were under heavy pressure, and maybe a little bit lucky at some parts, to be honest, and that we kept a clean sheet. But then again, we score a great goal, and we have 1 or 2 big chances more, 3 maybe. So it was an even game. We came out on top. It was a tight game, 1-0 victory for us. But yeah, we could not say anything if it was also a draw. So it was a tight contest. Yeah.
What do you expect from Wednesday? How hard will it be to face Arsenal in their home ground in Emirates Stadium?
No, it's going to be another, I think, pinnacle of challenges for us in the process and the project that we started here last summer. And of course, we know about the situation here, that the depth in the squad is not that big at the moment, and it's not been for most part of the season because of the injury situation. So we have a lot of players who come on and need to play. We cannot rotate in the same way that many of the other teams can, and we ask a lot of our players every 3 or 4 days. But up until now, they answered those questions that we have asked them to on a perfect way. So they get motivated, they get the energy, and they get everything to go in to play these games. And we saw that also 3 days after we faced a really hard game against Arsenal. We're here against Wolfsburg, and maybe played our best game of the season. So I cannot say anything else that I'm extremely proud and happy for the girls and how they raised to the challenge. So yeah, almost from game to game, 3 days in between, and that will never change for me tomorrow anyway. It's a huge challenge, and it's been for some of the players a lot of games and in lately, and I think we counted yesterday, it was 8 games in March when we come to Sunday before the international break, and most of those girls also go to international games. So they are in a tough part of the season, but this is, if you want to be champion, if you want to be among the best, you have to cope with these situations.
So, what's your own approach for the game?
No, our approach is not very much differences from game to game. We want to focus on ourselves and our way of building. The way we want to play. Of course, we will make some adaptation for the opponent that we are facing from game to game, and that will also be tomorrow. But I think that we need to trust ourselves, and we need to trust the process that we are in, and the growth of the team, and how we're going to grow now and how we're going to grow in the future. We need to stick by this pathway that we have chosen to go. And like I said, every time. And I still say that even if we have been quite successful the last weeks, it's still early in the process, and we're still going to be much, much better in the future than we are at the moment. But of course, when we go into the game tomorrow, we want to be the best version of ourselves at the time.
How you expect Arsenal? Will they show another side as they did in Munich last week?
No, I think it's pretty much the same with Arsenal. I think they will. They played a good, great game here in Munich the last week, and they will pretty much try to replicate that, especially for them, their sake, the second half. Of course, we will try to do something that will make that a little bit more difficult for them. But yeah, if I was them, I don't think that they would change that much. I think they were quite happy with the performance.
Who's able to play? Who's in? Who's out for the game?
No, it's pretty much the same that it has been the last weeks. We have, of course, Julia Gwynn, Linda Dahlman, Tainara, Karo Simon will definitely not be able to play. And then we have some last calls checks that we will need to take today and maybe also tomorrow morning to see, both in the short term for the game tomorrow, but we also need to understand that it's, yeah, like I said, I talked about that. We don't have that many players at the moment, and we are competing in 3 different competitions, and we cannot crash and burn tomorrow evening. It's like we need also to understand that we're going to play more important games after this game tomorrow also.
Last question, what would it mean for you to play in Champions League or to reach the Champions League semi-finals?
Oh, that's a complex question to answer. It's not that much about me, of course. It's more about what it will mean for the group and the process. It's like, it will mean a lot, to be honest, if we do that. I think it's already to come to the quarterfinals. I think we accomplished something in the first year of this process, and now if we can reach the semi-final, it grows, and if we reach the final, it grows even more. So it's always to big when you have big victories. So that's the main thing. I think for us as a group. For me personally, I've said this before, I have this weird way of thinking. Every time we put on a shirt, if it's a friendly game or if it's a Champions League final, we need to play it as it is the last game that we play in our lives. And that's the attitude, and that's the fire that we need to have in the team. So for me, it's about having great performances every time we put on our shirt. That's what we try to do, and we try to achieve. And I think until now, we have been good, quite successful in that approach, and take one game at a time. Now we play Arsenal. The first time we thought about this second game of Arsenal was after we played Wolfsburg. First time we thought about Wolfsburg was after we played Arsenal last week, and now we talk about Arsenal. After we play Arsenal, we will think about the next game. So I think that's the approach. What's going to happen ahead in time, if it's a semi-final or if it's a whatever, that will come when it comes.
Danke, Alex.
Dankeschön.